Alright everybody, welcome on back. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've been treating yourself well, because you're worth it. Now, Hellclock has received a big update, a major update. So no longer do we just end the game or go straight into Ascension mode after you beat the third act in the game. Now, Essential mode, your character was automatically moved into it. You didn't really have a choice. You couldn't keep progressing the game as you wanted. You just had to do it. Now, the new endgame is you can do Ascension, or you can choose a difficulty mode. Now, if you've already beat the game and were forced into Ascension, the devs have duplicated your game. So in one save slot, you'll have the new campaign mode. In the other save slot, you will have the Ascension game that you were playing at the end game previously. And they will be known as veteran accounts. So when you get in, how do you change the game difficulty? Well, you come over to Benta and you change the world tier. Now, we start on normal, and to get to this, you have to beat normal. Okay, it's just what it was when we beat the game. Then we can go to Abyss, and eventually we'll unlock Oblivion. And so with Abyss, everything is unlocked from the start. The Hell Clock no longer freezes during bosses. Bosses have new mechanics. Dungeons have new affixes added to elites. Minus 25 to all resistances. Minus 20 the gold gain. Plus 50% soulstone and relic drop. Chance to drop tier 7 and tier 8 gear. 10% chance to drop tier 4 relics. So just as we've seen with other difficulty settings in games as you progress, such as in Diablo, you will get some of these new benefits, but they also come with added difficulties. What has also changed right off the bat is our Great Bell. Now, if you've played Ascension mode, this bell will look familiar, this little skill tree. Okay, so it is a different shape, and you no longer start at the top, which you usually start in the middle, and it radiates outwards. So down we have base damage, and if we keep going down, we get a specialized inner damage type. So marksman, spell damage, summon damage, and melee skill. Back to base damage, back to the 4 that we just brought up, and then back to base damage again. If we have health, we go into everything that has health, such as endurance, healing potions, but also still life. So you have a chance to still life on attack. You also get second wind, which is something that we were using in the original build. So some of these things, or quite a bit of these things, actually mimic what we had in the last tree. They're just organized differently. Okay? And up here is when you start getting into the Hell Clock timers, as well as the 4th blessing. So your increased chance of blessing is up to 4. I would recommend going for the timers right off the bat. More time, more gooder. Alright, so we start with 118 available points, or I do at least, because that's how many points I had when I finished the game. So, I'm going to take a minute and fill out my points. Alright, as you can see here, I have filled out all 118 points, I think it was, into my skill tree. Now, some areas are unlocked until you spend enough points, but because I had 118 points, eventually everything was going to become unlocked to me. Most importantly, I believe, because in this new mode, this Abyss mode, this new difficulty, time is not going to stop. It's not going to freeze when you're fighting a boss. So we need more time. So Hell Clock timer, go all the way up here, get 1 soulstone, you get your 4th blessing, which is really nice to have. You start with a blessing at the start of a new run, so that's really nice to have. But then Hell Clock timer, so right now we got 60 seconds, another 60 seconds, so 2 minutes, and another 2 minutes. We have 4 extra minutes right there to do our run. Okay, super important. I then went over to my resistances. So we got 15% elemental resistance, 6% physical, 6% plague, because plague was very deadly in the last version. So I hope, or in the last difficulty. So I'm hoping it'll be good to go high in it in this difficulty. And then all resistances increased again. And then over to base life, taking full base life at this tier. So it's plus 500, just like I did with mana, which is another plus 500. Going down, I took 2 in endurance so that I could unlock melee life steal, which is going to be nice for when we're doing our melee damage. Okay. Life regen, 1.5%. We took second wind, which led us into more life, 225 more, which takes us to endurance, even more regen. Potion healing, which then leads to this. 2 more potion capacity. Now, if we go to this potion regen, this also goes up to another potion capacity, 1 per point. So I now have plus 4 potion capacity, which is going to be really nice. From mana, I took cooldown speed, more mana, some conviction gain and conviction shield, mana shields, anti-magic shields. Up here, I took maximum experience gain, so I'll get 15% more experience. And then just continued this down, putting as few points as I needed to unlock the tree as I went, to more cooldown and mana shield, anti-magic shield, and conviction gain. Another thing we need to focus on is our movement speed, because there's a limited amount of time. Even though we have our time clock up, we still want to move fast. So movement speed maxed out here to lead into evasion. More evasion, less hits that we're going to take. Into critical chance. Into critical damage. And some more critical damage. So critical damage, damage, chance. Now my build usually revolves around summons and spell skills. I also do some melee, but not enough. Like, I do enough just to get lifesteal and go into enough to get lifesteal, but not enough that I need to take extra damage. The base increase will be enough for me. More base damage, more summon and spell damage, and 1 more into base damage. I don't know if I need it, but I took it because I had an extra thing. Yeah, that's pretty much where we went with this. So, off a critical chance, attack speed up just enough to get movement speed up, max that out, to get attack speed up, to get movement speed up again, and max that out. So that's 9%, 12%, 21% total, plus another 15%, so we're looking at 36% increased speed. So this is my current build. I can change these, you can undo these, but this is what I'm rocking right now. Now the thing is, we do have to start the whole run over. Now I'm not going to do that in this, I'm just talking about the changes. They're looking to add a crafting system with a crafting currency, a blessed gear stash, because we don't have anywhere to change out the gear, because there's different gear effects that are going to help different builds. They're going to have a search filter and different loadouts, which goes with the blessed gear stash. So we can have different loadouts for different builds. I'm assuming that's going to include different skill loadouts, like these are the actions I'm going to have in my action bar, and then I'm going to switch my equipment at the same time. And that's coming in September. It's currently August as I record this. And then in November, they're going to change the movement system. So you had the freedom to attack and move with all skills. This wasn't the case before. Some of those skills you had to stop, cast, and then continue your movement. So that will be a huge quality of life improvement. You're also going to get a new character animation system, and we will be we will be able to connect to all 52 constellations. All of those will be available because right now some of those aren't. When you go into the constellation system, you will see, oh, looks like it's doing a thing. You'll see that some of these, where is it? Like here, Our Lady Fatima. At the very bottom, it has a lock symbol and it says 99, 99, 99. So we need 99 of the blue, 99 of the green, 99 of the red. Obviously, you can't get that. But in November, they're going to open all those up, right? And then lastly, in the first quarter of next year, 2026, we're going to have the first paid expansion, which is Cursed War. It's going to add a new campaign with new biomes, monsters and bosses, new skills, new relics, a cube crafting system, which I'm wondering if it's going to be the same or similar to the one we saw in Diablo 4. I don't know if they had it in Diablo 3, but in Diablo 4, you had this cube crafting system where you could go and you could augment weapons that you already had or change their fixes. Upgrade them to higher tier weapons, etc. And then there's going to be a free update of endgame mapping system, full version of Ascension, 12 new biomes for endgame. So that is going to be interesting. Obviously, I will probably pick that up. So those are the updates that they have given us and the new roadmap that they have. I'm really excited. I like Hellclock. I'm going to follow the development of Hellclock, and I hope you'll come along with me as we explore that development. All right. Thanks for coming along. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Leave a comment below if you are or if you're not, if you like the new changes or if you don't. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.